Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. There's Kathy's website if you're interested. Just got really bright in here all of a sudden. At least it seems bright to me all of a sudden. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, illustrated by Jesse Reish. There's a website at the bottom, hayhouse.com. Feel free to check that out if you'd like to, of course. All right. What do we have for Aquarius? Oh, that's interesting. What are we... Okay, let's get through it. Let's just... Oh, and you got the King and Queen of Swords. Who are you dealing with? What is happening here? You got, like, the Ten of Swords leading into the Ace of Cups. Like, you're going to have a really good outcome, but it doesn't look like it at first. Maybe it doesn't even feel like it at first. It's kind of like something goes, and it's kind of like, it works out. Things go bad and then go a lot better. Can we get a little bit more information on that? Like, what's this Ten of Swords about? I think you're coming out of it. I think it's time to come out of the Ten of Swords. The 15, which is the Devil card. And then the Three of Cups. Something hasn't been going right for a while. The Devil sometimes is their own worst enemy. So maybe you've been staying away from certain people. And maybe it's kind of like you've gotten very used to this. There's a lot of... Sorry about the... very bright all of a sudden. Hello. You might have gotten really used to this, and you're just kind of like anchored in, or so used to doing it this way at this point, staying away from certain people, that I don't feel like maybe you realize how much this is just making your life more difficult. Something that should be easy for Aquarius that maybe isn't at the moment is the communication. But communication in the sense of like looking for an answer. I feel like it's not like you want to go to people looking for things, but it's time to go to people looking for things. I don't think this is bad. The more you ask for others, the more they ask from you. I think you know how that balance works. So it's time to get out there and ask for the question. Ask for the information. Ask for the question? Sure. Ask for the information that you're looking for. Ask for the question. No, it's supposed to be ask for the question. Ask for what question? Ask for the question. Three of Cups again, and then the Wheel. Ask for the question. If you start a conversation, the question will come forward. You'll have something to do with it. Ask the question. Ask for the question. Ask for the question. Ask other people, they'll give you the question. You can do stuff with the question. Once you have the question, you'll find the answer. You got to find the right question first. You have to ask for the question. This seems so like who's on first, really bad to me, but it's fine. It's okay. I know y'all are really smart, so it's fine. You'll know what to do with whatever you need to do with whatever you need to do. That's fine. I feel like I'm talking in riddles. Here we go. I'm the Riddler today. Here we go. Just with yours. I don't think I was like this with the other ones, but I could be wrong. Yeah, because once you get that information out there, whenever you start you just got to start the conversation, things start moving forward. These are really good cards for you. They're air cards. You can roll with those, not a problem. Once information starts going, once things start churning, you can keep it churning as long as you want to. You can even direct it where you want to. You're Aquarius. I mean, come on. Come on. You really can. I like Aquarius, especially when, you can let people feel what they want to feel or think what they want to think. You seem to position yourself in wherever you need to be to get what you need out of a situation. Like, if you want people to think that you're just kind of doping around with it, you'll let them think that, because then they'll show their poker hand. If you want them to take you seriously, then you'll do that. If you want them to not really understand or know how smart you really are, you'll do that too. I feel like Aquarius is really good at deciding how they want people to view them and upholding it however they decide is correct. If you want people to not take you too seriously because they'll just fumble around and you'll see the truth, you'll do that. And you'll decide if that's appropriate. People sometimes get confused. Like, I feel like this is one of those things where they're like, oh, don't play dumb. You don't have to play dumb for people to like you. And I feel like Aquarius would snap back if you found it appropriate. Oh, I don't want them to think, I don't do that for them to like me. I do that to get the truth. Like, I do that when I decide it's appropriate, and I'll do what I want. Thank you very much. Aquarius knows what Aquarius is doing. I'm just saying. You got this guy floating around here, which doesn't have to be a guy, but just this character. We'll just call them a character. This is also floating around the situation, just kind of floating around here, this other third person. What are they doing? Why are they floating around there? I feel like they're talking about... It's the Ace of Swords, and what is that one? This is the 16, which is the Tower. Somebody would just love to start some stuff. Okay. They would just love to start some stuff, but what does that mean? You might need to just know when things are going on. What is that good or bad, though? The King of Cups... that could go either way. Somebody's looking to get something started. Like, let's get it started. I don't know what else to tell you. Ace of Swords and the Tower card. Whatever this other person knows, that they're also holding the Tower card. It's almost like they're getting ready to play the card. But they're like, oh, you wanted Aquarius? It's yours. I don't see you fearing it. So it's not, like, scary. Some people are afraid of the Tower card. I'm not really afraid of it in this one. It's what needs to come forward and having the courage to bring it forward. Some people do fear the Tower card, but I don't see you fearing it. This is showing up in the environment, because I feel like when it comes forward and the Tower happens, other people are very scared of it and nervous, and they don't understand what's really happening with it. The imagination with the courage. They don't really understand. But when you get that Tower card, you got the Ace of Cups. I'm seeing whatever this outcome is, you're going to do really well. I think I mentioned this in the beginning. This isn't really bad. The Tower card, it's just, a lot of people view it as bad. I don't see it as bad. Sometimes it's ripping something down that just wasn't right. So it can be reconstructed correctly or better. Maybe we don't even have to use it correctly. Taking it down because it's not working and reconstructing it in a way that does work currently. Sometimes things just go out of fashion. That's the best way I could say. Just like what works today, it's like, back in the early 80s, we had IBM computers. It was IBM or Commodore 64s or whatever they were. Those things just it's not going to happen today. Those computers from the 1980s are not going to work in current society. It's just not going to do it. So it's kind of like, hey, maybe this tower was great when it was constructed, but it's not working now. We got to bring it down, rebuild it for what works today. It may have a shelf life, but then it has a shelf life. But you're also the one who's going to see it. Like, if this has a shelf life, then it has a shelf life, and you'll accept that and prepare accordingly. You'll be fine. It's also realizing that whatever this is, the tower needs to come down. It does. It's been there too long. Maybe you also were used to it, but it's time for it to come down. When you reconstitute the next version of it, there's still going to be some elements of what was there before. Some things will continue. That's the Eight of Pentacles. Some things will continue. But it's kind of like taking something. It's like if it was like, again, we're going to use a computer room. In 1980s computers, we have to get all that out of there. Clean all this up. But we still got a lot of, we got a lot of, ability to use this as an electronics room. Let's just update this electronics room so it can handle the new stuff. Certain things will continue. So it's like if it was a computer room before, it still might be a computer room, just totally different way. Totally different computers. We're not going to need, half this room for, storage of, memory and printers. Now we don't need that at all. We can just use this. You can utilize this differently. Some things will continue from this. Because I'm seeing the Eight of Pentacles. Is there anything else I got to clarify with this Eight of Pentacles? The Strength and the Page of Swords. The Strength is like changing what needs to be changed. I get that with the Strength. I don't see you having a problem with that. Maybe it's dealing with other people who are having a hard time with that. The Page of Swords is letting other people kind of struggle with it a little more. Maybe taking like, I'm not solving this for them. I'm going to let them, sort it out for themselves. Yeah. It's having the strength to let other people sort it out for themselves. You just solidifying what you need to get back into, bringing yourself back to the healthy place you need to be, letting other people sort out their own situation. So like if other people are stumbling and bumbling with it, let them stumble and bumble with it however they need to. They'll come around and they'll get back to a place where they have to accept the change before they can enjoy the change. They will come back around, they'll be fine, but they have to accept it before they can enjoy it. You can explain things and show them things and give them reasons for this and give them reasons for that. But if they're not engaging the thought, it doesn't matter. You can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink. That one, it's that thing. It's that thing. Anything else with that? Did I miss anything? I think I already kind of talked about it, but there is some resistance here with the change and people trying to go backwards in time, trying to sort it out. What do we need to do? How can we balance this to where we can go backwards? I noticed in the Six of Pentacles, which talks about balance, I'm getting like more of a history feel. Like, is there a way we can kind of sort this out to go backwards? I just don't see it happening. I feel like they're lacking the balance until they accept the future. Okay. Anything else with that? You got to let them sort it out in their own time. You're fine. You'll be fine. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.